Another takeaway from that article was the commentary on Hayward. There were some outside of the organization and some comments within the organization as well. But I think both were sort of in alignment with how much better Hayward got towards the end of the season. And I do think he improved at the end of the season. But I also am, I'm wondering if people are seeing some things since then that, especially from the team quote, that they're, and we've talked about it, this is the first real full off season he's had since the injury, and to the point where he's been healthy enough to get in real off season workouts. I think it's going to do wonders for his confidence next season, and I do think he's going to play better. It seems like a lot of the Kyrie stuff is much more centered, and even the Horfords, like we did talk about that, but the Horford family definitely took some shots at Kyrie on Twitter too. So, whether that's representative of Al or not, but there's been enough noise in the background about that. Yeah. That Kyrie and Horford didn't really like Kyrie. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to go with, if Horford liked Danny, and that was, I guess that there were some nuggets out there, this past week on the Horford thing and how it went down too. But but if Horford loved Danny and liked the Celtics, and then Kyrie didn't, and everybody winds up going their own way, you know what I mean? I got to say there's an odd man out there, and it's, coming together pretty fine. But Hayward, who knows if he had, issues or if he struggled with that culture. And, we know that there was a little yelling at Hayward that was received, from one said Kyrie, and didn't like, his choice on a play. And so I think, as a facilitator, everything else, he'll probably get a little bit more freedom. I kind of feel like, yes, physically he wasn't ready last year, etc. But I also don't think they really had the opportunity to put the ball in his hands the way they might and let the offense flow the way that it best suits Hayward. And I think that was at least alluded to, if not spelled right out, by a couple of the quotes in the Keith Smith article as well. And it really made me be very encouraged. And as a matter of fact, I know one of the quotes was from another team where they had reached out to the Celtics that maybe we could get Hayward on the cheap, and were just pushed away immediately. So obviously the Celtics have a lot of confidence in Hayward returning to form.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that there's the confidence is really high on Hayward, which maybe isn't fair. And maybe what they should be doing is selling low on this, or not selling low, but setting low expectations. Clearly the expectations were far too high last year. I would prefer to set everything as low as possible, and then see what happens, because the expectations were absolutely a big part of what killed them. Regardless of whatever you say about Kyrie or not, that had an impact on him.